I was so ready to come in here and go all guns blazing about breakup and sabotage, and I was like, actually, no, like, this is something that's happened literally 2 days ago. For the emotional, I'm talking about it now. I came up with like this histamine rash all over my chest. The thing about the subconscious is that it will sabotage you every single time you're about to reach a new level of success. Now, this is really raw because this only happened 2 days ago and I'm still kind of processing it. I'm still in that little stage of finding the clarity. But I'm telling you this because fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Why not? I feel really cool to talk about because my mission here is to help as many women as possible to understand their power, understand their potential, and potentially like why they are stuck in the cycles that they are. So I'm going to tell you a story. So bear with me. I had somebody DM me on Instagram inquiring about one-to-one. She was explaining that she really needed to detach away from her boyfriend, that she just is always wishing that they're going to get back together again, that she's been in this cycle for 10 months. Now, I do have my one-to-one spaces, but what I'm releasing in February time is literally called Detach. It's literally helping women end that cycle of like thinking about him and checking the social medias and ruminating and la-da-da-da. So I immediately was like, oh, well, the Detach program is going to be perfect for her, but that doesn't start for another month. And she's already been in this situation for 10 months. So I went to my coach and I said to her, how do you think I should handle this? I can give her such an insane transformation, but I don't want her to later on see the promotion for the Detach and think, oh, why has Tess not mentioned that to me? Like, is she just really greedy for money? When I was voicing this to my coach, she literally said to me, and this is the amazing thing about having coaches, is that they see blind spots that you don't see. She was like, Tess, this is a projection. Like, where have you learned that making money means that you're greedy? Or that she's going to get the wrong impression of you? Like, the whole reason why I was doubting how I should explain the one-to-one is the best suited option for her because the detachment is just all about forgetting, but she wanted to also move on from her ex. And that's everything that we're doing one-to-one is all about, that whole rewiring and embodying, and you get there quicker and deeper, and it's a longer lasting transformation than just the 5 days to detach, right? So I was doing myself a disservice by not telling her about the one-to-one, and I was doing her a disservice as well by not telling her about the one-to-one. But there was a reason why I was wanting to just put her in the Detach. And it was because I wanted to show integrity. I didn't want her to think that I was just like hungry for money. I didn't want her to think that I wasn't honest and truthful and that I wasn't just pushing her to one-to-one for the sake of it. And so when my coach literally pulled me up on this with the whole projection question, it just caught me in my tracks and I immediately got really emotional. I did lots of like internal questions. I was asking, where did this come from? I started crying my eyes out. There are 2 main events that came up. The first one was when I first got into this coaching world. I was actually working under another woman. And I asked this question multiple times. Where do you see me sitting in over the next 6 months? Like, what's the plan for, like, how many clients you expect me to have? Like, what's the level of progression you expect me to have? Like, genuine, like, almost ambition and goals. And I'm a very driven person. So this is a normal conversation for me to have with new employers, right? But she said to me, I feel like you're only doing this for the money. And I was shocked. If life was free, I would do this shit for free. That was my entry into the coaching world, that me talking about goals and all this kind of stuff meant that I was hungry for money and that I was desperate for it. And then I thought even further back, which was when my parents were breaking up when I was 9 years old. And this is going to be a theme on this channel. I'm going to talk about this divorce so much because so many of my beliefs and the problems that I have faced when it comes to life, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to just boundaries and respect for myself, a lot of it has come from the divorce through my parents, and they're both such amazing people. But I kid you not, for 10 years, there was a battle around money where there was a lot of control, there was hiding, there was lying, there was using money as a way to kind of get the other person back. And when I was journaling this, that's when I realised the dynamic that was going on in that divorce. But I didn't want to be the person that uses money as a way to control the narrative. And I just started crying, and I'm crying about it now because it's still raw and it's still something that I feel like I still need to work through a little bit, to be honest. But I'm going to quantum leap. I'm going to jump timelines. This is going to be a whole new level of success. But this was what my subconscious was doing. It saw that having more money in the bank account as a way for me to be controlling or a bad person. And it sabotaged the conversation. It sabotaged my confidence when it came to having the conversations with the women about one-to-one. Like, I was so easily having conversations about the lower ticket. There was this block that was coming up when it came to the high ticket. And I'm being totally honest, I'm being totally transparent here. And then once I got to the core problem or the belief, I then shifted it and I thought, actually, no, like, number one, why is it even bad being hungry for money? Number two, if I am hungry for money, it's coming from a place of good intentions where it's like I'm able to touch more women's lives. I'm able to expand, reinvest into the company. I'm able to help more women and have global impact. And let's not forget that everything that I am doing right now at the age of 27, right, is to set me up for a life when I decide to become a mum and I decide to have children, that I can go to their dance recitals and not have to choose between earning money or seeing my daughter play in a ballet dance, right? That is why I do what I do. To set myself up for a life where I can then help my family. I can then help my friends. Like, maybe that is okay, you know? And I think when it comes to money, this is another belief that I have that has actually helped me with this mindset shift, is that money actually makes you more of who you are. And I'm a fucking good person. I work hard and I thrive on helping recently single women transform their lives after a breakup. This is literally what I live and breathe. And just because I've witnessed a family member using it as a way to control doesn't mean that that's who I'm going to be, right? Money gives you more options to do the things that you love. And I'm not afraid or ashamed of saying it. And I suppose me talking about it now on camera in front of everyone is immediately putting me in that evidence space, because this is what we do. We identify the belief, we rewire the belief, and then you build evidence using this new belief. So I'm now in the evidence building stage where as soon as I shifted this, I sent the voice note to the girl telling her about one-to-one. I have been wanting to do this YouTube for ages and I was fully prepared to come on here and just talk about breakups. But I thought, you know what? This is a perfect example of how your subconscious will keep you at your level. So just be fully prepared that this journey of improvement and self-development and our internal mindset, it can be a bit of a journey. And it's a continuous cycle where each stage you get to, there's new hurdles, there's new beliefs, there's new things you've got to overcome. But just like going to the gym, it's a muscle that you exercise and it gets easier and you can identify it quicker. So if you're here, you have found this video, you're probably ready to do that work, to see the patterns, to figure out where they came from, and more importantly, how to actually overcome them. But there are going to be women right now that are ready to change their life. Like, they know that they have more potential in them. They know that there's a life that's better than what they've got right now out there available for them. They know that the relationship they're in isn't going to be the forever relationship. They know that there's something that they're fearing beneath all of it. What are you fearing? But babe, that is exactly where the breakthrough lives, in the raw, in the uncomfortable, in the unknown, in that weird cocoon phase where you don't really know who you are and where you're becoming. That's exactly where the transformation happens. So if you're here, you have found this video, you're probably ready to do that work, to see the patterns, to figure out where they came from, and more importantly, how to actually overcome them. I just wanted you to know that you're not broken for having these patterns. You're not weak for struggling to break them. Your subconscious is literally doing its job by keeping you safe. So you're here because you're ready for more. So welcome to my channel. We're going to do some insane work over in this space. We're going to be breaking the patterns. We're going to be learning so much about what's keeping us stuck in relationships, stuck in these situations that no longer serve us. And more importantly, we're going to be building evidence of who we're becoming, right? So I'll see you at the next one. Bye.